This is going to be really interesting. I'm going to show you how to add sound effect in your application. And to adding that, it's just really simple. As you can see, this is just a to-do list application. If I do like tests, as you can see, we have the sound, right? If I click enter, here we go. Pretty nice. If I do test 2, here we go. If I click check, pretty cool. If I do delete, right, I can also like make the volume a little bit lower. Then if I click clear completed, all right, pretty cool. So basically the package is this one right here, UISFX. And there's a lot of field right here that you can implement, like minimal, right, soft, glass, arcade, and organic, mechanical, whatever you want to do. And basically there is a 936 sound available in here. Then this is how you can install it. This is how to use agent, basically AI agent, that you can just use this prompt. Pretty simple to implement that. And yep, as you can see, this is the 12 field, one sound language. You can change the whatever the sound that you want to use. Then you can try here. Right, pretty cool. And yeah, let's try to implement that. So anyway, I already create folder here called UISFX to do demo. Then what I'm going to do first is I'm going to run npm init-y to initialize npm here. So that's why we have a package right here, package.json file. Great. So now we can install the package. So the package is basically this one right here, UISFX. So I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to paste that right here, just like that. Alright, this is done and it's installed successfully. As you can see, it's version 0.4.0. Let's try to take a look here. As you can see, basically we can use agent prompt. So you can just copy from here, or you can just open the prompt. This is the text basically that you can just copy and paste. So I like to just using command in here basically to clone all the text. So I'm going to run this command right here, cur. It's basically will clone all that value inside the agent prompt, then create agent prompt.txt file in here, right? Just basically just copy and paste that. Great. So the next thing is I'm going to run my open code. Then basically I'm going to create just really simple to do application. So this is my prompt. I'm going to paste that and running. Build a simple to-do list web app using plain HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me add task, mark them complete, and delete them. And keep everything in a single index.html file so it's easy to open in a browser. And as you can see, I'm just using free AI model in here called a DeepSeek version 4 Flash. And this is done super fast. Let's take a look on index.html and try to click this cool live extension. I already installed that on my VS Code. I'm gonna click that. Pretty nice, look super clean. I'm gonna say task 1, hit enter. Then as you can see, we have that right here, task 2, and here we go, right? Everything just works. And now of course there is no sound, right? If I click delete in here, there's no sound, right? Now let's try to implement the sound. My prompt is pretty simple. Follow the agent prompt.txt file exactly to implement UISFX in this to-do app. Just that's it. I'm gonna hit enter. Let's take a look what we get. After the AI read the documentation, as you can see in here, it basically now create the to-dos that the AI will doing. First is basically install the dependency like JS DOM, etc., prettier, TypeScript, and then create the source/sound.js, then rewrite index.html to load module and add setting style, and etc. Right? So we need to just wait that until this is done. Alright, so finally this is done. It take a 9 minutes, but remember guys, this is just a free AI models. Then as you can see in here, basically it also installs some dev dependency. Let's take a look on the package.json file. Then as you can see in here, we have the ES build, JS DOM, prettier, and TypeScript, and vtest for the testing basically. And all of these packages basically just for development mode, right? Why the AI install these packages? Because as you can see here, if I open the agent.prompt, basically it's say right here, as you can see, this one, right? Run the formatter, the type check, the task, and production build, so etc. So that's why it install all the packages for development. And then because now on the package.json file we can running a dev, I believe. Here we go. So now of course in here I can just running npm run dev. Then as you can see, now it just built that on the this/index.html, and this is the file that we can open right now. So let's just click that again, right? This go live. All right, so let's try the demo here. I'm going to add new to do task 1, hit enter. It works. We have the sound pretty nice. Task 2, yes. Task 3. Then if I delete, for example, it works as well. If I click check, it works. If I check the sound effect to off, then if I click this one, of course, nothing happened. It works pretty nice. I love it. How about the clear completed? Yes, it also works. Everything just works pretty nice. Let's see what field that use on this to-do list. I'm going to go back in here, or maybe on the code. Let me try to see on the sound.js. Then as you can see on the very top, we have sound pack is Zen, right? So for example, I'm going to change that to another thing, like for example, this, let me say arcade, right? I'm going to try to using that. Let's try to change that. Then let's try to save and running that again, npm run dev. Then let's try to see, here we go. I'm going to refresh that. And yep, it works, guys. If I do tests, yeah, it works. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. I love it. And of course, you can implement whatever you want to implement the field, right? So that's for this video. Hope this video helpful. And now your website will have a lot of sound. Thank you so much for watching. See you on another video.